Hey, Travis. Callie, come here. Callie, hold on. Here you go, Callie. Come on this. Sorry, I forgot I had to put Callie in here because she kind of freaks out if she's in there by herself with cats. Okay. So, I'm actually filling in for someone. Is there room for this? No. Yeah. So, we'll get some of it started and then I'll work on the other portions here on the computer. So let me get this off really quick so I can see the... Welcome, Heather. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Renee. Hi, Priscilla. Hey, Kim. So I have Dindy here with me. Ribbon. Hi, Judy. I got my little Dindy butt here, as you can see. She's freshly groomed. I had my physical therapy yesterday, and she had her grooming appointment yesterday, so we did our appointments the same day, and then this little fart went shopping with me at Hobby Lobby. She was a very popular puppy. And she was very proud of herself at how many people came up to her, was talking to her. Oh my goodness. Okay, so most of you know, or at least some of you know, that last month on the 15th or 14th of January, we had to have one of our dogs put to sleep. She was 15. I think I have the year right. And so the craft I'm making today is kind of like a memorial one for her. So I picked up this at not Hobby Lobby. Well, let me start off with saying I'm Tonya with Tonya's Crafting Creations. Today is my event with my event group, Creative Kinship Event Group. First we had T's Crafty Ranch, which is Terry, then myself. Then up next is Renee with Rustic Daisies DIY with Renee. Then we have Vintage Grace Decor by Stacy, Creations by Kim, Sheila's Creations and Crafts, Country Loving Market, Creating with Love and Grace, Kiss a Frog Crafts with Judy, Crafty Ladies and Family. And then I was also scheduled at 10 because I'm filling in for someone. So I may or may not go live again at 10. It just all depends on, I have another craft I need to make, but it all depends on how my arm is feeling by the time I'm done, because my shoulder had just randomly started hurting, and thinking of that, I need to take my pain medicine. It just randomly started hurting, and it was Thanksgiving Day, and it just keeps hurting worse and worse all the time. And so they have me doing physical therapy. Yeah, I don't need any more paintbrushes. That was what I was going to grab in the other room, and I forgot. I grabbed Callie instead. But anyways, so now, since I've been doing physical therapy, it's been hurting all the way down to my elbow, so I guess we'll see what happens. But anyways, the vet that we took Bella to, that was the dog we had to have put down, they sent us this sympathy card, and then all of them signed it, and then they did little paw prints of Bella's paws. And they gave us 3 of them. And so what I did was I took one of these, and they're just like index cards. At least that's what it feels like. Unless it's just paper and they cut it, but actually I think it is just paper and they cut it maybe. So what I did was I laid this on here, and at first I was just trying to see if it would fit. So I laid it on here, and I ran my nail across it, which I don't have very long nails. I just clipped them. And so then once I kind of got an outline, I took, the file that flips around on the end of some of the nail clippers. That was the only thing I had in the living room by me at the time. And so I just used that to kind of go around it better and get the pattern. And then it actually ended up cutting through it, which was good. And so I ended up with that little pattern. So we'll Mod Podge that in there. First we'll paint this though, and then we're going to put this on here. Okay, where did the collar go? There it is. We're going to put this on here like that. And then I'll use the Cricut to put her name, and then the day she was born, and then when she passed. And then down here at the bottom, this is her collar. Goes this way. So we're going to take her collar, and we'll put it down here at the bottom, like that. Now, Hobby Lobby has great big ones like this if you wanted to just do this for a memorial one. Or if you just wanted to do this with a bunch of your pets in it, and one pet like in each one. The other one that they have is probably about the same height as this. Might be a little bigger. And then it's about this wide. It's about that wide. So it's the same size all the way around. But it's in this shape. And it's, I think, only like 7 something, maybe, and I'm pretty sure it's like 7 something. And then they have, like right now, they have a 40% off of all their wood stuff that's $4.99 and up. So that is what we're going to do. Let me put this in here before I lose it, because I don't want to lose the other ones. So that's what we're going to be doing. Hadn't decided what color to paint this, but let's start with this. So I'm thinking maybe do black around the outline. Now, question is do I have black paint? How much do I have? You know, I lost my Waverly chalk paint somehow in black. I don't know how. No clue at all. Oh, I do have this big one in regular paint. Okay, so let me see this really quick. Close all this extra stuff so it doesn't delay the computer. Darn it. Okay, I need to measure this really quick. Not the longest one that's gonna jab me. So it's about a little under 2 inches. And a little under 1. So how are you guys doing? There we go. It wasn't showing any comments for some reason. That's weird. But it is now. It's like all the comments disappeared for a minute on that computer. Okay, so we need this one to be, what did I say? A little under 2. Do that. So I sometimes use Microsoft Word to resize stuff because I can type in the stuff and the exact size I want and everything, and I can get it printed all on one page and not be wasting a bunch of paper by having to print everything on a different page. Okay, crop that one. 1.8. Let me just crop this last one. Then I'm just moving them around on the page really quick here. I'm sure you can probably do the same thing with other programs. I just have started using Microsoft Word for that stuff a long time ago. And so I just kind of continued. You know how you get used to doing something a certain way and then you don't really want to change how you do it? That's kind of this case. So you'll see when you see these pictures, Bella changed. Her ears started down straight, and slowly they started bending a little, and then eventually they just started poking straight up in the air. She was so stinking adorable. She was her mommy's sweetheart. Okay, we'll be able to print this here in just a sec. We'll see if I got the size right. Okay, so let's start doing this. I can do some videos at some point showing how to do that stuff. Because I know there's not a lot of people that are really, really good with technology. I mean, there is, but there's also a lot that aren't. Here, let me do it this way. Present. Share screen. Okay, hold on a sec. Okay. I'm waiting for it on the computer, or on the phone, to see if you can see that. There we go. That's easier than trying to hold the picture or the paper up to the thing for you to see it that way. But that was my Bella. That was my little Bella. As you can see, this was her first baby picture here. She started out so tiny, and then we have her there. And then this was one of the next pictures where her ears started kind of curling forward. And then eventually, you got it to where her ears were straight up in the air. And she always loved her blankets. And that ball that she has in front of her in this picture. But anyway, she was just a sweetheart. Her and Bindi had so much in common. Boy, that's Renee. They were just so much alike. So we're just using black paint. Ben, you're fine. I still have a couple videos I need to make showing how to do things. I just have had so much stuff going on. I just haven't really had time to do it. No, it definitely isn't. And Callie, her and Bella were together once. Bella was 15, Callie's 14. And so they've been together that long. Because I got them both as puppies. And so for the first month, hold on, Ben. Callie has, and she still does sometimes, but for the first month, Callie was searching the house for Bella. She would get down off the couch about every 10 minutes to look for her. And that's one of the hardest things too, is you can see that they are hurting because they're missing them. And it's not like a kid or a person you could say something to comfort them. For them to understand. So it makes it hard. And poor Bindi here, she was laying next to Bella. She actually had her head on Bella right before Bella had the seizure. And so it really scared Bindi to death. And I need a smaller paintbrush. I'll need to paint inside a little white. But it scared Bindi, that's for darn sure, since she was the one that was right there. Thankfully, Callie was with my brother on his lap, because I don't know what she would have done if she probably would have had a seizure herself if she would have seen that. Hey, Ben. I tried to take you potty before I went live speaker. So if you gotta go, you're gonna have to hold it, punk. Mama's little pumpkin butt. I gave you the opportunity. Yes, I did, you stinker. Okay, I just want to make sure there's no black that's thick on the back, because I don't want to get it on something that I don't want it on. Okay, Kim. And I'll post a picture of it too. Okay, yeah, I'll need that. I knew the black was going to kind of try to seep under it. That's why I didn't worry as much about it going in it, because I was going to paint it white anyways. If I had black chalk paint, I wouldn't have done that. I would have just been able to. Ben, no. Do you want to hop down with Callie? Just be aware she might bite you. You know how she gets when she doesn't want to share. Okay, hold on. Callie, come here. Callie, come here. Callie, come here. Fine, don't mind. Come on. So this one's Callie. Oh, you're not getting up there. This cute little fart's Callie. Ever since she was don't squeal. Don't squeal. Good girl. Ever since she was a baby, she's just kind of, she's so tiny that she just like sits there. She was always carried around as a baby because we were afraid she was going to get stepped on. And so, here, let's get you back there. So we just carried her around a lot. Her first year of her life, she didn't really get down too much unless we were supervising her. And then about the time we got her, my mom was, she had been on well, right after we got Callie, a couple months, my mom ended up on a ventilator and dialysis for a month. And this was back in 2011, or no, 2012. And we wanted to do something to brighten up Mom's Day. So we took Callie every day because she had to go to a nursing home. My mom did for a bit to learn to rewalk and all that stuff again. And so we ended up taking Callie to visit her. And then Callie really got a big head because she would walk in on her leash. She would poke her head in every single room. She knew which room my mom was in. She pulled me there. But she had to check in on every other person so she could possibly get attention. She brightened up everyone's day, basically. More people than just my mom. And so she got used to coming everywhere with us. For that matter, when we had just gotten her, we were doing some remodeling in the kitchen, and we we were getting some cabinets from Hobby Lobby, or not Hobby Lobby, Home Depot, and it was Halloween night, and we had, I think they'd just gotten Callie, and unless it was the day after, I can't remember, but anyways, we had to lift one of the cabinets onto, it was one of the base cabinets, onto the cart. So I just sat Callie in the top drawer because they were held closed so they couldn't open. And so I just sat her in the top while we lifted it. She just sat there. She didn't have a care in the world. Like, okay, whatever. Do what you want. And she was so tiny. She's only 7 pounds now, so you can just imagine how tiny she was. But Bella, she was an uncoordinated little poop. She'd fall over going to the bathroom, fall over running, playing with a toy. She was very, very uncoordinated. It took her some time to kind of grow into her legs. Her body and legs were kind of misproportioned. So, like, her legs were so scrawny and wobbly, and so she couldn't do any of that stuff very well. She's always was very uncoordinated, but she had little deer legs, put it that way. We don't know what she was mixed with. We just know she was mixed with Chihuahua and something else. Callie, that's sitting behind me, she's a Shih Tzu and Chihuahua. And then Bindi is Snoodle, so Schnauzer and Poodle. But we had a Schnauzer Terrier mix once that was the sweetest dog in the world. And then we had a pure Shih Tzu that was very sweet, but very ornery and bossy. Mostly to Callie. I think the Shih Tzu personalities clashed. Callie here is the smallest, but she thinks she's the boss over everyone. Me, my brother, all the other animals in the house. Anyone's house she goes to, she thinks she's the boss. If they stand up, she barks at them. Even if she likes them, she just barks at them just to be bossy. You know, all animals have their own little personalities. Okay, so I will have to touch up on a couple black spots, but that's okay. When it's an odd shape, it's not something easy that you can tape around. So if you haven't joined the free group, it's Creative Kinship Event Group. We do events at least once a week. I'm hoping to be able to do some Saturdays, but I've just been so exhausted throughout the week. Having physical therapy twice a week, and I've had doctor's appointments every single stinking week. So I've just been extremely exhausted, and then it'll be starting up in maybe a month. Bazaars should be starting up, or at least festivals, to sell my crafts at, so I'll be doing that. And I did not get my water again. And I know some of you wanted to know how to use StreamYard. So I still am planning on doing the video showing how to do that. I just need to, jeez. they did some updates, and I was waiting for the updates, and then now I need to kind of I need to try that. The white smearing. Anyways, they did some updates, and then I got black. Now my day-to-day, you guys. Okay. Anyways, I've got a couple themes that I want to do for events. But I'll have to fit them in between upcoming festivals and stuff. Okay, use the right one. Now, if any of you want to do like sell your crafts at like bazaars and stuff, don't just look for bazaars. Also look for like festivals, farmers markets, stuff like that. And also kind of keep in mind too that just because the price is high doesn't mean it's gonna like be an amazing one. You kind of just have to, it's trial and error for bazaars and craft fairs and all that stuff. It's just trial and error, basically. Finding the ones that are scheduled the right time, ones that are scheduled in a good location, ones that actually do advertising. That's one thing to look for too, is how well they do advertising. Even if you're thinking about doing it, you could always just the first year go to them and see, how well it looks like the turnout is. Talk to some of the other people there, and see what they have to say about it. And then you kind of learn as you go which ones are good, which ones to not do anymore, that sort of thing. Because last year I did one that I think we only paid $10 a table or $15 a table. And I made more at that one, and it was at a nursing home. I made more at that one than I did at one that I paid $100 to do. That was supposed to be a really good one, according to what everyone told me, but then turned out not being good. Okay, I don't know where my Mod Podge is. I don't see it. I'm not going to search for it. I'll just use this one. It's not the right kind, but that's okay. This one's dishwasher safe. Well, actually, that might not be a bad idea. Just to have a waterproof. Well, don't really need it waterproof, but whatever. We're using it. Okay. We're going to take this. We're going to put it on the back. Now, if you got one of these and they only gave you one of them, you can always scan it and make a copy of it and print it on whatever kind of paper you wanted. I didn't. I just used this because they gave us 3 copies of it. And I don't care if it's perfect. I really don't. There must have been some black paint. Okay, I'm not going to seal it in. I'm going to wait. And I might have to put one of the other ones down. But that's what we have so far. And it's right in front of me. Why did I even get up? Okay. So we're going to pick 4 pictures. It's definitely going to be this one and this one. And I'll do the Cricut part later and put the name and stuff on it and then put a picture because I won't, or take a picture. I won't have time to do that. Okay, I just wanted to see if the pictures were any bigger. Yeah, they are. Save those for something else. And I did this on rice paper. I printed them on. I don't know if they used ink or paint for that, for the paw prints. So I'm not sure if that's what was smearing or... I do have a laminator, so I might laminate one of those first. And then put it on. At least laminate the front. And always keep in mind that laminating is an option. You can get pretty inexpensive laminator. I think it's only maybe, I think it was $20 at the time when I bought it from Walmart. So just keep in mind that that is an option. So I'm just running my fingernail. The other craft I wanted to do, and maybe I will finish these up at 10. I don't know, we'll see. But I might finish this one and do the other one, or I might just finish this one when I watching other lives. Okay, so we need that one I like. So I did 2 inches for how tall these were. This is I was wondering how well it would work, but not good with this. But this was it's like a utility knife thing from Walmart. It works good for some things, but not this. If you did this with regular paper, you could probably use that one. And I might go around and outline it with something. Some trim. Yeah, because I did not get that one right. Okay, that goes there. Then we'll do this one here. And then we'll pick one of these. It would help if I had longer nails. But I don't. So does anyone do anything fun this week? I have to start doing, I don't know, some kind of occupational therapy for my it's from the swelling that I have in my legs. They said it's not really water retention. It's not it's not water retention, it's something else. It's still fluid, but it's like, I don't know. Limp. I don't know. Start with an L. Maybe it is a type of water retention. I don't know. But they said that they wrapped my legs for a week, so I have had to take weird showers. But because I can't unwrap them, they have to stay that way for a week. So that's been interesting. And then they do something to help move the fluid around. I guess even it out, maybe through your body or something. I thought I read something about they like massage your legs or something. I'm not sure. I'll find out more on Thursday. I had to cancel my physical therapy for it, which, believe me, I didn't mind doing. And then okay, so that's what we're hold on. There we go. So that's what we've got so far. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot you were back there, Callie. She's like, I'm here, Mommy. Don't squish me. Little brat. She's like, my mommy's trying to squish me. Honestly, too, if you wanted to, you could just use double-sided tape even, and put it on the back of these with a tape runner or a sticker maker, and you could just stick it in. I do have one of those. I just don't know where it is. So let me make sure I get these in the right order. Okay, that one's first. This one's first. So Bella was born on October the 9th. I told my cousin Ty, because her birthday's on the 10th, I said, you and Bella almost share a birthday. My brother always thought I named Bella off of that character Bella from Twilight. I just looked up different names for Chihuahuas is what I did. And that popped up. The 10th is also my nephew's birthday, too. Well, that's weird, but okay, whatever. It's like it's spread out more. Because I was cut pretty good. So don't forget to hop on over to... Oh, these are different sizes. Hop on over to Rustic Daisies DIY with Renee. Those aren't all the same size. That's good to know. Let me get her shirt in really quick. And then I think I'll probably come back on at 10. For those of you who are still up at 10 Eastern, I'll hop on and I need to make a gift for a girl that goes to my church. She had a baby. And so that's when I made her last time for her last baby. And so she had another baby not long ago. So I'm wanting to make her another one for that baby. So I'll be making that. Anyways, I'm trying to type and talk at the same time. But anyways, thank you for joining me, everyone. Go ahead and hop on over to Rustic Daisies DIY with Renee, and I'll see you guys over there in the comments. And if you can join me at 10 p.m. Eastern tonight to close out the event, then that'd be great. If not, you can always catch the replay. I know it's kind of late for some of you, but you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.